Oh, hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I'm a little whooped right now. I'll try to take it up a couple notches for you here. So anyway, welcome to preparedness. I do appreciate all you guys. Our subscribers are slowly getting up there. Thank you so much. But today wanted to touch on what to do when there's a run on the ammo. Okay. We all know what's coming, right? We got the election coming. And if Vice President Biden wins, I'm going to tell you, there is going to be a huge run on the ammo, guys. Huge run on the ammo. Okay, I know that ammo right now already is kind of hard to find. Okay, because of the whole Corona thing and everybody stocking up. But if Biden wins, you're going to see an even bigger increase in the lack of ammo. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. It's going to be harder to find. Okay. Anyway. So what do you do in that case? Well, the easiest answer, and I hope everybody's already following this, pick the stuff up before there's a run on it. Okay, I know that's a stupid answer. That's the whole premise of prepping, guys, is to not be one of those people, not be one of those people that wait until the poo has hit the fan and then everybody's running to the stores trying to get stuff. So that's numero uno, eins, the whole nine. That is number one. That's what you got to do. But let's say that you had a decent stock of ammo, but you wanted to go do a little target shooting and you blew up a bunch of your ammo and you need to resupply. Well, now you can't. Okay. As far as hand loading, I believe I've touched on this before. If I have, just bear with me. I apologize. I talk to a lot of different people, and it's hard to remember what I've said most of the time. Hand loading is feasible to a certain extent. You have to have the bullets, you have to have the primers, you have to have the casings. You got to have all the stuff like on hand. Okay, and if you're talking about your common calibers, you're talking 9mm 223/556. Actually, that stuff is cheaper just to buy. Okay, so from an economic standpoint, it's just cheaper to buy. Yeah, but I can't buy it. Okay, they're out. Okay. If the ammo's out, the reloading supplies are probably going to be real thin too, because you've got the guys that are already decently stocked on the number of cartridges they have. Well, when everybody's out making a run, they're like, hey, I might want to go pick up a few more boxes of bullets or get a few more pounds of powder and stuff like that. So I think you're going to see kind of the same thing, not to the extent, but you're still going to see something similar. But hand loading, yeah, I mean, I've done it. It can actually be enjoyable. You're just sitting there on the one-armed bandit, listening to your tunes or whatever, and just kind of relaxing, right? So it's kind of therapeutic, unless you're one of these people that can't stand like repetitive, then you're probably not going to dig it. But if you're somebody who already has enough stress in your life and you're just looking to kind of chill out for an hour or something like that, yeah, I recommend reloading. It's kind of fun to do. Like I said, it kind of eases you, and you get to tinker around a little bit. If you're into the long range shooting and stuff like that, you can play with some different loads and see how your gun it's more accurate with this, because actually if you buy the ammo from the stores, they're just chucking the stuff out, right? When you're hand loading, I mean, you're measuring everything. We even went as far as weighing all the bullets and the ones that were closest to each other and all this other stuff, which you really don't need to do. But we were trying to see just how accurate we could get. And each gun is going to shoot rounds differently. Like, you could have two Remington 700s and 308 sitting side by side, and you bring out the exact same box of ammo, and there's going to be a little bit of difference. And when I say little, I mean, yeah, 100,000, eighth of an inch, okay? But when you start reaching out there, when you start getting out 2, 3, 4, okay, then it does change a little bit. Sorry, went off on a tangent, come back. But hand loading, yeah, if you're looking, let's say you're wanting to do a bunch of 9mm, the only recommendation I have there is you have to save your brass, okay? Well, you don't have to buy brass. Buy the primers in bulk. You know, go ahead and get a couple thousand primers. And I would go ahead and look into getting a thing where you can cast your own bullets, okay? If you can find lead and you've got a heat source to melt that lead and you can put it into a mold, you can cast your own bullets. And it's not just 9mm, they make them for all different. Pistol, pretty good, okay? You have to ask somebody. I'm assuming that they make rifle, but I don't know. The soft lead just might deform at the higher velocities and stuff. I'm not so sure about that, but I know as far as pistols, yeah, you can get the molds and everything, and as long as you can find lead wheel weights off wheels, which if you're talking SHTF, you know, there ought to be plenty of dead cars around, and you can just go around and scavenge the wheel weights off the wheels of the cars, and you can make you some bullets, okay? So hand loading is, but there is a cost involved in it, and it's not really, I mean, I guess when there's a run on ammo, excuse me, when there's a run on ammo, you could go out and buy all the stuff that you need to do it. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of guys that already have the stuff, and they're just going to go ahead and stock up on bullets, primers, powder, etc. If you are interested, a little side note, if you are interested in hand loading, like I said, there is cost involved for every different caliber. You're going to need a whole new set of dies. Dies range 30, 40, 50 bucks if I remember right. I haven't done it for a while, so I apologize, depending on manufacturer and everything else. So there is some cost. The only way that you save money by hand loading is if you shoot 300 Win Mag. If you shoot yeah, probably the 338. If you can, you'd have to have a pretty good you'd have to watch on the length of the casing, and as far as the reloading, what it's capable of reloading. I know with the 300 on the old reloader that we had the RCBS, the old rock chucker. Yeah, there was just enough room to be able to do it. Like, you had to put the cartridge with the powder in, and then you had to like wedge the bullet up in here to get it. Yeah, it was just enough for the 300. Anyway, but your odd calibers like that, they're not really odd, but they're less common. Yeah, you can actually save money when you're talking about a box of 300 ranging 30, 40 bucks. You can save money if you do a lot of shooting. But then at the same time, if you're doing a lot of shooting with the 300, you're probably shooting the rifling out of your gun because it's so hot anyway. But if you're looking to stockpile ammo, you could. But do the cost analysis. You know, buying because you want a stockpile of ammo. So you're going to have to buy new casings, so you're going to have to buy the casings and all that, and see what the price would be. Anyway, off of reloading. Sorry, didn't mean to take all that time. One of the things I kind of like is having those guns that are kind of the odd calibers, okay? And I'm not talking about, you know, the rimfire 32, you know, nothing like that. I'm just mean the ones that are not so common. You know, everybody out there is going to be stocking up pistol ammo, 9mm 40, 45. Those are going to be your big ones. You're going to see 38, 357. They're going to start coming in second to that. You're going to see your 5.56, 223 flying off the shelf. You're going to see the shotgun ammo flying off the shelf as far as 12 gauge, and probably some 20s too. But let's say you got a 410 at home shotgun. You'd probably still be able to buy some 410. Now you're going to pay for it, because even right now 410's quite a bit more expensive than 12 gauge, and I think we've talked about that in other videos. But as far as it being there, you're probably going to be able to find it. As far as the pistol ammo, your 44 mag maybe, okay, but the 41 mag, yeah, I guarantee it'll be there, okay. Now I'm talking about going to a gun shop and purchasing this. I'm not talking about Walmart and all that, okay. But yeah, like your 41 mag, which is a great little round. It really, really is. As far as your rifles, yeah, pretty much anything other than 5.56, which is the 223, and 30-06 and 308 probably are going to be yanked pretty good. You got your granddaddy's old 30-30 lever action. There's probably going to be some 30-30s out there. 30-30s have killed a lot of animals in America, guys. Okay, they can do what they got to do. And if you got one of them old Winchester lever action, or the Marlin lever action, or the Henry, or any of them in that 30-30, it'll do it, okay? I love shooting my little 30-30. It's so much fun, little short gun. But anyway, not getting on that. So yeah, if you have those firearms that are, you know, those odd calibers, take a look through the gun safe, crack her open, see what you got. If you're like me, you probably forget half the stuff you got. But see what you got in there, and it's like, oh, okay. Now for those of you that are like, man, a 41, that's only in a revolver. I want to be able to go bang, 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 bang. Okay, well, let me ask you this: would you rather have 6 shots or no shots? Okay, or 5 shots probably in a 41. Sorry. Yeah. If it's between not having any ammo or having ammo that only goes in a revolver, yeah, revolvers are great, man. You don't have to worry about jams, misfeeds, all that. If you pull the trigger and it goes click, you just pull the trigger again and it goes boom. Whereas with a semi-auto, you go click, you got to do the tap, rack, look at all this, make sure everything's, and then you can maybe go boom, right? Even the little single shots, guys, as long as it goes boom, I mean, that's better than nothing, okay? So don't overlook if you've got single shots in different calibers and stuff like that. But yeah, something to keep in mind. That's where it's kind of nice. I know a lot of people just getting into preparedness, especially ones that don't have the experience in firearms, and are like, what's the best thing to get? And on here I've recommended home defense. I recommend a 12 gauge shotgun, and then get your pistol, and then after you get those two, yeah, go ahead and step up to your AR, right?
So I know that maybe a lot of you don't have all the odds and ends guns out there because you're not gun collectors. You're preparedness minded and you've got what you need and nothing else because you got to buy all these other supplies. I get that. But if you got a few extra bucks, run to your local pawn shop. Those guns in weird calibers, well, not weird, but not so common calibers. I'm sorry, squirrel, right? Those firearms in the different calibers, typically they'll have them decent priced. Not free, decent priced. Yeah, pick them up, okay? If you get some lever action, very dependable. Once again, if you pull the trigger and it goes click instead of boom, you rack it, it ejects the other shell. They're pretty steady. They've been around forever. The design works. Yeah, the revolvers pick you up a different caliber. Always nice to have that backup. So I'll let y'all go. Any other ideas, please post them in the comments below. Like always like hearing everybody's ideas to different things. And until next time, we'll talk to you after a while.